Happy Monday! Welcome to Make It Happen Mondays, where we take a little bit of time out of our busy lives so we can be informed, inspired, and make it happen for the rest of the week. If you do not know me, I am your host, Monique. I'm the curator of Make It Happen Monday, and I'm the founder of She's Rising. And I'm just here to create magic in the lives of Black women. I cannot wait. It's what brings joy to my Monday mornings, knowing that at 12 o'clock, I get to connect with you. So do me a favor as you come in. Talk to me, say hello. I want to make sure that we can be connected and that we're using this time to connect with you. So if you have questions or anything, put them in the chat. Say hello to us. Me and my guests, we like to connect with y'all. So I have an announcement before I bring on our very special guest. I have a brand new masterclass, and it took me a minute. Hey, Jessica. Hi. It took me a minute to create this masterclass because I wanted to make sure that it was great and it was going to serve you and give you everything that you need. So we have a brand new masterclass. It's called I Love My Life. Speak those things as though they are. I love my life. And so if you are struggling in any way, you are frustrated, if you are overwhelmed in any way, go check out this masterclass so you can figure out why, and you can begin to make the difference that you want to make in your life, so you can wake up excited every day about the life that you get to live. So it's sometimes just a small tweak can make all the difference in the world, because I want you to be exuding and be infectious with joy and peace everywhere that you go. So I'm going to put this link in the comments on here and Instagram, because we're on both places. Hey, IG. Hey, Bianca. Make sure y'all say hello and go check out that masterclass. It's free, y'all. Nothing to lose. It's free. So our topic today is you can make money in your sleep. And I don't know who does not want to make money in their sleep. You can make money in your sleep. And this topic is so important to me because, as you know, there is a huge wage gap in our society when it comes to us as Black women. Hello. Huge wage gap. And so although we as Black women, we do the dang on thing, we have been enrolling in colleges at higher rates than our male counterparts in recent years. We've earned approximately 2/3 of the degrees awarded to Black students. In 2019, Black businesses represented the fastest growing segment of the women-owned business market, us as Black women business owners. And from 2007 to 2018, we grew by 164%, compared to 58% rate among women-owned businesses, right? Yet, we as Black women, as confident and capable as we are, earn $41,000, which is lower than the median earnings for the white women, which is $50,000, and significantly lower than white men at $61,000. So regardless of where your income level is, just think that you're probably about $20,000 short than the white men in those spaces doing the same thing, right? And Black women earn 63% for every dollar earned by white non-Hispanic men. And then we're starting the businesses, but often start with less capital, and we generate lower revenues compared to those owned by Black women. Y'all know what this affects? Our asset ownership, our net worth, our retirement savings, our student debt. All of this keeps us in this cycle of poverty and stress and struggle. And if you ever had a time in your life where you had some money in your hands, you know that feels real different when you don't, right? The economic power of us as Black women. So, in short, this matters to our lives, right? It matters our well-being and all of those things. Money, not just for the sake of money, but for us to be able to have a quality of life. And so there's a ways to make money without trading all of your time. And so I am super excited for our guest today, because she is going to talk to us about that thing. She has mastered it. So I am going to introduce to you none other then Miss Shalah Turner, and then I'm gonna bring her on with our Make It Happen song. But Shalah, her Make It Happen song. Shalah is the owner of Conscious Consulting LLC, a company that she launched in 2015. It starts with an idea. It's more than just a tagline. It is her actual story. And so for Shalah, this is a culmination of her skills that she has used in both her professional and educational experience. She has a strong focus on intentional research at the core of all of her practices and her approach for each project. And when she's not working with organizations and school districts and individuals specializing in ebooks, she is also an active member in her community, proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Cleveland, Greater Cleveland Alumni Chapter, vice president of the board of East Cleveland Neighborhood Center. And she is a host of mentors with a lot of mentors within the community and works to promote economic and literacy programs within juvenile facilities. So y'all have joined us on the right day. Let me get to YouTube because I had to do the clean version of her Make It Happen song. Here we go. Let's welcome Shalah, y'all. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, so it might be real expensive.
Hi.
Welcome. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Voices in my head saying that I knew better.
This is my get me ready and get me out my head song.
Oh, this ain't clean. It ain't clean.
I want y'all to know that Conscious Consulting gonna take full responsibility for these lyrics today.
What's the part? Hold on. Because it starts slow.
This was supposed to be the last one, last two, last flip, last you, last me, last night. Doing every single thing my parents warned me about.
Hold on, where the part? It dropped, the beat dropped.
Yeah, it won't come till later. So you good. You can go ahead. I need it. If y'all want that song, it's Stick to the Plan by Big Sean. That's really what I'm gonna be talking about today is stick to your plan. Just do it.
Stick to the plan. So you sent me that song before, and I was like, "Oh yeah," because you know, back and forth. We be like, you like stick to the plan. So it got a good message to it. Yeah, the beat don't drop till later, but it got a good message to it. Hey, Shalah.
Hi.
Happy Monday. I'm still looking at it. I'm good. Why I'm still looking for the part where the beat drop because I really like stick to the plan. Hold on. Here it go.
Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Bitch, quit playing. Stick to the plan.
Right.
Stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan. Okay. I had to get that. It's so good. It's been so long. You've never been a guest on Make It Happen Monday. I'm so excited to have you here today.
I'm excited to be here. I'm super, super excited.
Listen, I don't know if people know how blessed we're about to be right now with the knowledge that you have and the knowledge that you drop and how it for real changes lives, right? Like it's things where you're like, Dad, talking to you, it's like, I ain't never think about that. And that's so much easier than I thought it would. Wait a minute, So I don't know if people know. You better tell your friend, grab a friend. Anybody trying to make money, they need to get on this live so they can hear from Shalah today. Okay. She said, Cleveland, stand up. I heard that invitation. Cleveland, stand up. Make sure y'all say hi to me, Shalah, as you come in. Shalah, we got to start with something fun and quirky about you that the people don't know.
Oh, okay. Something fun and quirky about me that people probably don't know. I am probably one of the laziest people you will ever meet. I love naps. I probably was a sloth in another life. Like, I like to sleep. So when we talk about sleep money and stuff like this, this is because this is my real life. I take naps every day, y'all. Every single day I take a nap. And I haven't been able to lately. and I'm usually cranky. If you ever see me and I'm just like in rare form attitude, it's because I haven't been to sleep. Like,
Are you all for the nap ministry?
I'm all for the nap
All
ministry.
for the
Like, I live my life like a kindergartner. Like, I should not be up all day long.
Girl, I just got into naps, and then sometimes I can't sleep. I just got into naps, but I'm telling you, like it make me when I wake up, it's like I feel ready for the world. I'm like, I should have took that hour instead of keep pushing.
I'm telling you.
But I just don't go to sleep. But I'm all my friend, she's redoing her office, and she cracked me up. She was like, "Yeah, that couch is for the nap ministry." I said, "Huh?" In her work office, she was like,
That's gold. That's gold right there.
Yeah. Like somebody teach it, I hope I'm saying that. Matasia said, "Not a sloth." She laughed at that. She talking about not a sloth.
Listen, I enjoy naps, and I am an absolute kid at heart. So outside of playing with my son, playing outside, me being able to be in the sun, I want to be asleep. So my thought and my goals for even today is to be able to use this as information for you all to build the business that you desire. Like
Right.
all of us create businesses and then we end up hating what we created. Like we create the same things we didn't like before. And you know me personally, I've been working through changing that and getting it back to what I desire it to be. But a lot of you have opportunities to build it from the ground of what you actually want to see it happen. So yeah, that's my feedback.
Getting there today. We know we getting there today. Just this evolution of business and what it takes. If we're diving in there today. As you know, I call you I done coined you the ebook queen.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I like the queen, right? And so, how did you find yourself in this space of like ebooks?
Absolutely. I was in a space where I finally got what I wanted and realized it wasn't it. Like, all of us want to be, especially those of us that are service-based entrepreneurs, we want to be booked and busy. Like, oh, I can't wait for the phone to be nonstop. Then you start to experience that and you're like, hold on, no, I'm drained, I'm tired. And so what I experienced was a space that nobody had talked about. And that was when you are booked, busy, and broke. Like I was at this place where I didn't have the capacity to take on more projects, but I wasn't at a financial place where I could afford not to. So
yes,
right. And it's like, do I continue to take on people knowing that I can't even give them what they need or that I'm going to be behind? Or do I not take them on? And then now I'm really messed up because I can't even afford to maintain or live. And I found myself in that space. And so when I got to that space, I started to do what is really the building block of everything related to conscious consulting, and that's research. There is no new ideas, only new technologies for ideas. So anything you want to know how to do, you can research and dig enough to figure out how have other people done it. So I started to just search things like, how are service-based businesses making money without clients?
Right.
And
go ahead.
In me doing that, I started to come across this concept of ebooks, which was very new. I hadn't heard anybody really talking about it. This is 2018. It wasn't really a big thing. And I had only saw it from the capacity of the ebook as a freebie to go into a funnel. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But because that was the only way that I was seeing it, I was like, I'm not really understanding how this works for me. And so I began to test it out. And I launched my first ebook, and the rest has just been history.
It's been history. I wanna go back to something you said that's important, because I believe that a lot of us are in that space where we're booked and busy but still broke.
Yeah.
How was it possible for you to be booked, busy, and still broke? Because I want people to be able to recognize some of the missteps that they make in their life, their business.
One, being unorganized.
Okay.
Being unorganized and not properly planning. Two, underpricing myself. And then being a people pleaser. Just taking on
mm.
stuff to be taking it on. And then like realizing like, oh, well, this person can't afford it, but I know that my skill set will help them. I want to help. And this
Ah,
desire to always help.
I was just talking to my brother about that. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, go ahead. I was saying when, especially when you come from challenge, when you come from
Yeah.
struggle, you have this like captain save them. It's like you want to save the
Absolutely.
world.
I'm gonna
But
save
the
the world.
more you,
And I came from nonprofits. So I
yes,
really came into this like, how can I serve you? And
yes,
the hard part about being of service mind, because there's nothing wrong about being of service. Like you should
right,
be of service completely. And it's a beautiful thing, but it's dangerous if it's not managed correctly because you'll say yes to everything and then you'll have no room to do the things you're supposed to be doing.
exactly.
And that's
And
where I was.
everybody suffers. I love what you, I don't love that you experienced it, but I love that you got the self-awareness enough to be able to let other people know that when
Absolutely.
you're not organized, when you're people pleasing, when you are underpricing, you find
Yeah.
yourself not, and it may be the difference between when we talk about some of the wage gaps and stuff like that. You know, when we as Black women have felt like we've constantly had to prove ourselves, when we've been in places and spaces that devalue us and we don't know the value, we have a harder time asking for what it is we know we deserve because we don't know it or we're afraid of losing it, right? The opportunity. And so that's a part of it. And we know the other part is just systemic and they're
Yeah.
not paying us right and all this other kind of stuff. But when you know you can speak up for it, and I've had contracts like that where I've had to say, hey, you know, because I know you wouldn't blink twice if it was somebody else. You know what I mean?
And
Yeah. Yeah.
we come into it and for me it was a lot of things. It was the mistakes I was making on the business side. It was me not being honest with myself about what I need and what my life needs to look like.
Yes.
Um, and then on top of all of that, life happening. Like I think one of the hardest parts about business and entrepreneurship is we don't take into consideration at all that we are human and that you might want to do things in a certain pace, but life
Right.
happens, grief
Right.
happens, events happen. Your life is going to, I'm sorry, with the profanity about to come back, it's going to kick your ass. Like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
This is a guarantee. And we know these things, and then somehow we still build these businesses. And I know I'm going to speak directly for myself. We built
Yeah.
these businesses that say that we can go at full speed at our full capacity forever. And it's
Wow.
just not realistic. And that's what I experienced. I had launched in 2015. By 2018, I had hit that wall.
Right. Exactly. And so I know you also have a story that you talk about often because you are a risk taker. Is what I'm seeing. I don't even know if you realize that you're a risk taker, but you're a risk taker. So, you know, I know that you're from Cleveland, Ohio, and then you
Yeah.
moved to Houston. So at this point, ebooks played a different role in your life. And just could you share when you talk about when life happens and the role
Yeah.
that you played and that thing.
Yeah, I don't even know exactly which instance, but it's a whole bunch of moving to Houston. But I'll
Yeah.
say that with me, I am absolutely a risk taker, but that is only because I have learned that God don't even be moving or I don't listen outside of it. So that's
Yeah.
just my own personal,
Yeah.
my journey. But
Yeah.
I will say that coming to Houston was hard. Now I am from Cleveland, born and raised, and I never thought about moving.
Yeah.
But in that season of everything going on, I started to consider and to think about moving. And like anything else, nothing worked out
Yeah.
like I was anticipating it to. But the part I want to share in just the power of ebooks might be a little bit different than what we've even talked about personally. But when I got to Houston, everything fell through, including my PayPal. Now, if you have been with PayPal for a period of time, and if you ever made some money on PayPal, you know, PayPal play crazy with people.
You will get hacked. Your money won't be stuck in PayPal.
Oh my goodness, PayPal be holding stuff they're not supposed to hold.
Yep.
And I'm starting to think that them and Satan be like this, because it just be like all at once. So
Yep.
I experienced a 3-month hold with PayPal.
3 months.
And that was the only funds that I had. Like, and I want y'all to know that there was no savings, there was no backup plan. It was just the money I was creating was what I had, and all of that was held. And I had to figure out how to make my housing deposit. Now, I don't know how problems hit y'all lives, but sometimes mine hit and I'd be having only a couple days to resolve. So let's just say Monday, I learned that I have to be able to pay this deposit by Thursday. And yeah, it's just me and my son, who was little at the time. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. So I created an ebook. Now, the crazy thing is, at this point, we didn't have our internet. I didn't have none of my stuff set up yet, y'all. Like, I made this ebook on my phone.
What?
Made it on my phone.
I didn't know this part of the story.
Yeah, this ebook, it was my ebook for hairstylists, like giving them ideas of what they can do to be able to monetize. Now, the crazy part is this is before COVID, okay? So I create this ebook, make it on my phone, and I put it out and I sell it. And I knew that I needed to make enough money by Thursday. I needed to make thousands of dollars by Thursday.
Yeah.
And one thing I didn't anticipate is, because I was coming from another state, because I was an entrepreneur, they were charging me 3 times my deposit to move into this place. Nuts.
Wow.
So I put out this ebook and sold it, and the ebook made the money to be able to pay for the deposit. After that point, like, I had already knew ebooks worked, but after that, I was sold. Like, I don't want to do nothing else. This is it. And I want to make sure that my clients know about this too, because if you have a business, usually the only time you can make money or sell things is if you purchase inventory or if you do some crazy build out. But to be able to come up with a product out of thin air from your thoughts and then generate money that same week was a completely new concept to me.
Yeah. I am still, trying to figure that thing out.
And the biggest thing, and we can go through this even today.
We're gonna go because I want to know if you think that it's a gift or if anybody can do that.
I think anybody can do it. I think the only gift I have is that I think I can do anything. That's it. It's that complex, so I can figure it out.
So belief is a huge part of it.
Belief is a huge part. And now you know this, and some of you that are watching that know me personally, at each level, my beliefs gets challenged, right? Like, I'm struggling with my own belief system even now of doing something bigger.
Right.
You are only going to get as far as you actually believe you are capable of. And that's going to require work. This season for me is requiring some work. I had no idea.
Yes.
Impossible. Like, y'all gonna see like 3 or 4 grays up in the front. It just, this season been wrapping around me like, oh, you want to go that high? Okay, cool. We got to dig first. But I think that for a lot of people, they don't think that money is easy. And guess what? Money will be as hard as you have made it to be.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So if you believe that money is hard, this is never going to work for you. But if you believe that you can create and that your brain has the things that come easy for you are actually hard for other people, then it becomes something that you can actually do. But you talked about the wage gap and things like that. There's so many systemic things that have happened and conditioned us to make us think that we aren't magic. We talk about it. We say like, oh, Black girl magic this. Like, no, we are really magic.
Yes.
Like the things that we're able to create, the environments that we change. And if you actually start to tap into those things and say, you know what? I am powerful. The information I have, somebody is actively waiting for me to package this up.
You know what?
It's just a package.
Listen, if y'all see me looking down, it's because I'm taking notes. So if you don't have your pen and paper, I want you to pause. Go get your pen and paper so you can take the notes, because she just dropped two, probably more, but I caught 2 of them. You might have caught some nuggets that you do not want to miss. And tell a friend, tag a friend, send it to someone, because we are about to get into the nitty-gritty. So first of all, what you said that I want to lift up is that money is as hard as you make it be.
Yeah.
Right? Money is as hard as you make it be. And because most of us do not come from money, we have learned through that experience that it's harder than what it really is.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that right there, because I want you to hear about, my goal of this conversation today is to hear the tangibles of creating money in your sleep, but hear us say that it's not just about creating the money. It's about something that you're doing in your own life or not doing that is going to prevent that, or is going to aid you. It's going to propel you, or it's going to hold you back. Yeah. So listen, because we talk about it. We try to start business and we do these things and we think we do all the external things without realizing internally the block that you're saying. The other thing, things that are easy for you are hard for somebody else. Yes. And that is your money maker. Yep. The things that you naturally do, which is why I just have to drop in there. I talk so much about knowing yourself, knowing your gifts, knowing your passion, know what you're capable of, because once you know that thing, you can monetize it. And that's what you just said. Things that are easy for you. So when you were like, I can't do it, when people say they can't, something is easy for you that's hard for somebody else. And that's your opportunity right there.
Every time. And the other part I don't want to leave out that is so important is there has been 2 things that have propelled me in every season.
Okay.
God.
Absolutely.
God.
Absolutely.
And being prepared for what God was going to do.
Okay, talk about number 2.
So number 2 is the being prepared, because God in itself is a whole, I could do a master class on just the faith walk of entrepreneurship and what God has revealed. Right. But a lot of us are wanting God to water seeds that we didn't even put in the ground. There has to be a level of cultivation and packaging, and so that when these opportunities come, you are ready. Like it's no different than when you say that you want this certain red car. Now all of a sudden you see the red car, you end up having a conversation with somebody that got the red car, and things line up because you've made up your mind and you've decided this is what you want.
Yeah.
For many of us, we have not decided that we have a skill set or decided that we're going to monetize it. So we don't package it. We don't get it ready because we don't know how to sell it. I don't know. When I created that ebook, I did not know how I was going to sell it. Being very honest with y'all, this is still in the beginning part of me doing this. Yes. I did not know how I was going to sell it. At that point, I had made a couple $100s a month from an ebook. I now needed to make $3,000 in a week.
Yes.
In a week.
Let's do it. Right.
I want y'all to know my audience don't even really buy ebooks like that.
Right. At the time, it wasn't even a thing. Right.
Still now, my audience buys how to get ebooks from me, but they don't come to me to buy ebooks. Most of them come to me to work with me.
Yes.
Ebooks don't sell like that on my Instagram page. So me knowing that, I didn't know exactly how, but I knew I needed to create the product so that when the how comes, I have what I need.
Absolutely.
This is the biggest part of it. If anybody's watching this, listening, it does not matter if you know how to sell it. It does not matter if you know what you're going to do with it. You know what it is that you need to start to create it. Because if you're getting inspired to do something, 9 times out of 10, it's because God about to line it up
Yeah, that's
Bring
good.
something that comes
Don't
your
miss it.
way to make
Yeah,
it happen.
don't miss it. That
Don't
is
miss it.
good. Don't miss it because you were too busy worried about the how that you didn't even do the thing.
Because the other part, the second part of that is don't miss it because you're not that special. Like somebody else will get your idea. You will be sitting on Instagram upset.
That's
They launched that thing. You know why? Because it needed to happen.
yeah.
God's not gonna wait for you to
Yeah.
make it happen. You don't want to
Yeah.
do it? Cool.
Yeah.
Somebody else will. Just
Yeah.
because that inspiration hit you, don't mean it won't hit the person down the street.
And what they say, success like speed too. And once you get in the momentum, it's all the momentum when you create, like you just put yourself in the space. And real life, I'm having that experience where it's just because I got up off that couch. You know, I was on that couch for a while, Shayla. I got up, I started moving
rapidly.
Right. I don't want to miss what Jessica says here. She says, I think people are used to working hard instead of working smart.
Yes.
And you have I talked last week about you are the chaos, and we recreate these trauma experiences in our lives.
Yeah.
So we are addicted to the struggle. We pride, like if we're honest, we pride ourselves on overcoming the struggle.
And just like I just brought up God, a lot of us only know God or struggle. We only know the God that get us out of being in the mud. Yeah, so we keep going back to the mud. That's the only place I know.
Get it out the mud. We be talking about that. Like even our youth are manufacturing their struggle. Like you got kids that do the stuff. It's like, why are you manufacturing the hardship?
Because we've made this. Yeah, exactly. We've glorified this distance to success when the reality is, if I can learn from what you've done, if you made it from here to here, and I can go from here to here, and then somebody else can go, we could cover more of a distance than me trying to always get from this point all the way here.
You say it don't even make no sense.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense at all. So we're talking about the ability to make money in your sleep, but what's necessary in order to do it, right?
Absolutely.
And being prepared, not knowing the how, but still preparing and cultivating yourself in the thing that comes natural for you that is probably harder for someone else. And those are the things that you can monetize. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to say, because now I want to switch and really get into the nitty gritty of the ebook part, which I know you love, right? I know you love. So I want to ask you, anybody who's tapped in right now, what is your question? Do you have an ebook question? Do you have an ebook topic? We're talking about something that you do well, that nobody else, that's harder for somebody else. What is the thing that you do well? What is the thing? I just want to hear from our audience. What is something that you naturally do, you do well, that you don't even think about it because it comes natural to you? Jessica says she lost a few opportunities by not being ready. It's the worst feeling ever. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm gonna tell you one idea I lost as I'm waiting for y'all to put in y'all answers. One thing, and y'all should know, there's one thing that you do that's easy for you and you do well. I want to hear at least what one person says, but I lost the opportunity on the grocery deliveries, girlfriend. Right before that became a thing,
man,
I had an idea of delivering and right. So now it's Instacart and it's all the things. But before the grocery stores got into that, I did that because I had that idea and I thought about doing it from people who are caregivers. But they're also taking care of their children, their own families. And I wanted to hit it, which is still might be an opportunity from a place of like your family. Like this is an extended family. So it's not like you're trusting the stores. You're trusting these. We are an extension of your family and we're going to do your shopping for you. So you don't have to worry about that. Right. But I had that idea before the whole grocery delivery thing blew up. I still think there may be a niche there, but yeah.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because nobody else has done it like that.
Yeah, right. So Jessica says event planning, organizing, and public speaking. So what do you think about that in terms of where she may have an opportunity for ebook?
Awesome. So anybody that is like Jessica and you thought about that and you came up with multiple things, let's first identify which one to start with. You can do something on all of these. So I'm not canceling out any of them, but I want you to first prioritize them. Otherwise, you're not going to take any action because you're going to keep thinking about, oh, I got these 3 big things.
Okay.
So the first place I tell everyone to start is to start where people know you the most. Start with the one that doesn't require explanation, right? So people know me for business and being a mom. That was the first thing they knew me as. That was my first ebook. It wasn't what I was most knowledgeable about. It wasn't the one I was most passionate about. It was the one that people knew me the most for.
Oh, that may be where I missed the mark. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm gonna ask y'all to do one favor. Drop your passion. It makes you stupid, okay? Passion blinds you every time. Passion will have you in your emotions about it. You won't take criticism for it. Passion is the greatest way to bring your business to its knees.
This was a thing between both.
Yes.
I was like, I got to be passionate, or I ain't doing it.
And I get it, but I tell y'all one thing: ebooks don't make me passionate, but they fund the things that I am most passionate for. And if you allow it, your gifts and your ideas to, they're gonna fund what you're passionate about. And I'm gonna get back to Jessica's question. I'm gonna add one little thing to my little soapbox about passion. Passion is rooted in our trauma. There is nothing that you are passionate about that did not have some kind of connection to how you were traumatized in your past. And most of us ain't did the work enough to even be touching our passions right now. So I'm gonna just leave that there and let y'all know.
Why you want to do that to the people?
That's a whole.
Why you want to do that? That's a whole.
Make it happen Monday. She's gonna have to bring on a therapist and a priest for that one. But that's just what I'm gonna say about that. Now, Jessica, event planning, organizing, and public speaking. What I would say is thinking about where people know you, and out of all of those, which one is the most lucrative. So not thinking about you as a person, but an event planner, an event organizer, or a public speaker. If you were to just look at those 3 roles for an individual, who would make the most in that particular role? And I don't know the answer to that. It might be public speaker. It might be event planner. Whichever one that it is has the greatest opportunity in it. Focus in on that.
Mm-hmm.
And once you have what it is you want to do, I want you to identify who needs it, who knows they need it, and who can afford to need it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your target audience has to check off all 3 of those boxes.
Mm-hmm. Say that one more time for the people.
Who needs it?
Uh-huh.
Who knows they need it?
Uh-huh.
I'm typing it at the same time. Knows they need it.
Uh-huh.
And who can afford to need it?
Yeah.
I hear people say all the time, oh, I made this book for teens. Okay, great. Teens need it. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Do the teens know that they need it?
Yeah.
Whenever you find yourself coming to your audience and convincing them that what you offer is what they need, you are in front of the wrong people.
You're in the wrong place.
You're in the wrong role.
Okay. So I had another one for you.
Mm-hmm.
She says, because when we talked about just the thing that you do to others, she said, I like to talk and listen. That's a good, if you could do both, because usually people do want to talk and listen, help change mindsets.
Okay.
So because this viewer said, I don't think that it can be an ebook. And she says she likes to talk and listen and help change mindsets.
Okay, you're good at resolving conflict.
Mm.
Now you want to think about who needs conflict resolution the most. Companies, staff, businesses, parents, relationship. I want you to think about, in all of your communicating and all of your talking to people and all of your listening, what area are you the most versed in, and use that in that area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, it's so hard because a lot of times we haven't seen things done the way that we can picture them in our head. And that's great because that's your gift. That's going to give you your advantage. I like books and literacy and reading. I also like project management and business. This is how ebooks became a fit for me, even without me realizing that was a thing. You like talking to people and listening. So I want to think about, where is this a skill? If you ever want to find out where the skill is or where people's needs are, think about, what are pains that people are spending a lot of money trying to resolve? What's keeping people up at night and what's costing them money?
What's costing them money and keeping them up all night? You know, only thing going through my head right now is, that girl good. That girl good.
Conflict. That's the first thing that popped in my head, is conflict resolution. I'm telling you, that one right there, you can take that one to the bank immediately, because most people have one or the other.
Yeah.
And they don't have that second part that you said, to change mindset.
Yeah, that was good.
You're talking about transformative conversations.
Okay, yeah.
That's way different than just, I talk and I listen to people. Yeah. I have the ability to get somebody else to understand where and how someone else was coming.
Yeah. She said she would love to be a life coach. Do you think there's an ebook opportunity for that?
I'm going to ask you a question. In terms of changing mindset, why do people need to have their mindset changed? What's happening in their life because they don't? So you want to be a life coach. Yeah. What's happening in their life because they don't have you already as a life coach? What are they experiencing? Okay.
We got to wait. You know, it's a little delay. So we got to see that. I don't know. That be the question that get people stuck. Like when they start to think about it from that vantage point.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Here's the disconnect that usually happens. And I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit, y'all, because it's gonna be the difference between working with Conscious Consulting for your ebook and anybody else on God's green earth. Okay. But usually when people talk about ebooks, they identify that first part, right? All right, I got the solution that I offer. Cool. And then they go and make an ebook. This is where I am going to completely uproot all of that, because even once you found your solution, like for example, she wants to be a life coach, she wants to do conflict resolution, she wants to do all of these things. Great. Your audience is not listening in terms of solution. They're listening in terms of pain. And so when you create that ebook, like I'm sure there's somebody on here watching right now that wants to create an ebook on self-care. And you're going to create that ebook on self-care because somebody else's ebook coach is going to tell you that that's a good idea. And you're going to launch that ebook and it's not going to do anything. And when it doesn't do anything, I want you to come right back to our link and work with me so I can walk you through the fact that self-care is not the problem.
Yeah.
Self-care is a solution. What's the problem? The problem is all the things you talk about all the time, Monique, the burnout, the pain, the stress. These are the problems. These are the things that people are actively looking for help for. When you can speak directly to that, now when I get in your ebook, I'm learning about how to take care of myself. Now I can get into it. I can actually get to the solutions. That's going to be the difference between you selling ebooks and actually making an impact.
Yeah.
Or you just making a couple of sales because somebody thinks it might be a cool topic.
Yeah. So she answered your question, right?
Okay, awesome.
So she said, stuck, inaction, indecisive, and frustrated.
Excellent. Now, what are those things? Now I want you to keep digging. What are those things causing to happen to them? What type of opportunities are they missing as a result? How is this costing them money? How is this costing them sleep? Now, once you have been able to identify that is your topic and that is your area of genius.
Yes.
Because you're going to be able to resolve for them those very things.
Yeah. That's good. That's real good. So tell me if you got that. Matasia, I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong, but tell me if you got that. this is such a valuable. We're not gonna give y'all everything today. We're gonna give enough to wet your whistle. But the reason why this is so important, we gave you enough to get started to do the cultivation like she described, and we'll tell you how to connect with Shalah. Um, I just started coaching a new cohort of women. And in our call together, it's just was this so many of them were like, I want to be able to make more money. I just got done telling my son this. Our society is not set up for wealth to be generated from the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5. There's days that I often say, let me go get me a 9 to 5. Right. Everybody should not be an entrepreneur, but anybody can have a little side hustle or something they do to bring in additional money, right? And most of us have ideas beyond the current role that we play, which is our opportunity to serve and generate more money. Not to mention the fact that when you start a business, you didn't have tax write-offs, and that's a whole nother thing. So when we just talk about your ability to live a life that you truly love and be able to afford to do so, I think the ability to create these ebooks, to figure out additional ways to generate money where you're not trading your time for it, is necessary. So this is exactly why we're having this conversation. And I don't know a better way than ebook. And when I think about it, I'm like, than e-products in general. Like, I don't know another way. So what do you think is a critical factor in a person's ability to make money in their sleep?
The biggest thing is going to be knowing what audience fits you. So before, when I talked about, I had only seen ebooks from the standpoint of ebook funnels. Ebook funnels work when you have either the dollars to invest in ads or the existing following. If you already have volume or the ability to create volume through paid ads, then funnels are a thing for you.
Okay.
Absolutely. But for most of us, that's not the case. And there's so many people that are looking at this and you're like, I don't even have a social media presence. I don't have this. I don't have that. Then you want to find the audience that fits you to make money in your sleep. I'm going to go back to that example I gave you all of when I created that ebook. And I'm going to give you a play-by-play of how I made that ebook. Made $8,000 that week, but I'm going to tell you why I only made $4,000 off of it. Okay. So I want y'all to have y'all notebooks. So just comment ready. When y'all ready, I'm going to give you a little time because I'm not going to repeat this and this will only be found here. I'm going to walk you through everything that I did to be able to generate that money that week. Okay. All right. So the first thing I did was I identified a need I knew about, which was people that were hairstylists kept coming to me and they needed help. They needed to figure out, I'm burned out. I can't take on no more clients. What do I do? So I knew that I knew of some information that people can utilize.
Yeah.
So the first step is find your customer first. If you're trying to make money fast, don't guess. Find your customers first. What are people already trying to buy? And you don't need to just base that off of your audience. Look around online.
Yeah.
Now, once you have identified what it is that you're going to talk about, I want you to figure out how can you get them a quick win? What can you give them in this guide that will provide them with a result that gets them to the next step of where they need to go? Don't focus on all the steps you need to take them through. That's not the purpose of an ebook. An ebook, in order to be effective, gets them one result. This is no different than Tylenol. I call ebooks painkillers all the time. Tylenol is not curing you. It's relieving your pain enough for you to even be able to identify what's going on. It's opening up that understanding point. That's the only thing an ebook is doing.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. You're going to create it. After you have created it, you need to put it in front of people who need it. Now, that might be on your own individual platform, but for me, I didn't have that, and I definitely didn't have access to a bunch of hairstylists. So I went right on Facebook groups. I went on Facebook. I searched Facebook groups, and I pulled up 25 groups that had a collective of hairstylists. Everything from hairstylists of Charlotte, hairstylists of Houston, hairstylists of Cleveland, hairstylists. I looked up mommy hairstylist. I mean, anything with the word hairstylist, your girl had it on her computer. Say, I then joined every last one of those groups. The thing I did next is super, super important. I set up on my site affiliate access. Now, at the time, I was using a platform called Podia, Podia. And Podia had an opportunity where you can set up affiliates where people can get paid when they share your link. And I reached out to the admins, every admin of 25. Now, this is tedious work, but I'm going to tell you why this is important.
Yeah.
Every admin of every group, I reached out to them, not a copied and paste message, a personalized message based off of what their group was talking about. Hey, hairstylist of Charlotte, I'm reaching out to you because I have a tool that will benefit your hairstylist. I would love for you to click below, take a look at it. And if it aligns with what you're doing, I would like to partner with you.
Yeah.
You make 50% of every sale that comes through.
That's why you did 50%. Yes, yeah.
Now, this was important because there needs to be a benefit for them. Yeah. And there needs to be a benefit. And the benefit for you is that people are going to buy what they know, like, and trust. And you don't have the time to build that. So identify and attach with people who already have it. Now, I get asked the question, well, what about if they just take the ebook? Then they just took it. If they just try and use it, then they just used it. I wasn't managing that. What ended up happening was 7 to 10, I can't remember the exact number, came back and said, absolutely. They posted it. The sales started to come in. They made their money. I made my money. Then it even landed where one woman said she didn't want to do it that way. How much would she have to pay me to have all the rights of the ebook? She wanted it to have her brand on it.
Right.
So there was really majority of that money then afterwards, because she sold it originally like the regular way. Then she was like, hey, I want to do this for myself. How much would that cost me? That made me an additional $5,000 just creating something for her to be able to generate from.
And how much did you sell the ebooks for?
The ebooks were $25.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, on my own, I want y'all to know I have never hit sales like that on my own, putting it out on my page, especially not for something that was $25. I don't have that kind of volume.
Yeah.
But this created the volume that I did not have.
Yeah.
Ebooks work with volume, just period. If you don't have an audience or you're reaching out to few people, then it needs to be priced higher. And that's when we get into high ticket ebooks. Yeah. But if you have a low ticket ebook, you are going to have volume in your numbers. Right. And if they're not in your personal numbers, go out and get them. Like we talked about before, what is my advantage or the skill set? My skill set is getting creative.
Yes.
I don't have it this way. Where can I get to the people? Social media has given us so much access to so many people. And as a result of that, we were able to generate. The funny thing is that didn't stop then because they still have this link. And when COVID hit, that really began to take off because every hairstylist wanted this guy. Right. And that was a year before. So I had no idea that it was going to blow up. I'm telling y'all again, when you get that idea, put it out. Yes. You never know how the world and everything around us is going to change to make this even bigger than what you anticipated it to be.
And stop doubting that it's possible. If it's an idea in your head, then there's a way to make it happen.
Absolutely.
If you get the idea, you can make it happen. So ebooks is just one way. I know that you have spoken of a myriad of ways and products. So does that still exist? Do you have the what's it called?
The Digital Idea Bank?
Yes. Can you talk to us about that?
Absolutely. So we have a digital idea bank that has a host of products, up to 100 products. And this is webinars, courses, ebooks, all inside of one library to help you to be able to monetize. Ebooks are one way, but you can create courses for people. You can create webinars. You can create curriculum. You can license. There's so many different ways that you can be able to make digital revenue. The reason that this is money in your sleep is because once they pay for it, there's nothing you need to do to fulfill it.
Right.
If you sell shoes, when someone purchases it, you still have to either make or to get them, to ship them, all of those things. This continues to be labor. When someone is purchasing a digital product from you, they're purchasing it, it's downloading to them automatically, and there's nothing else for you to do other than access the profit that you just made.
Yeah.
And you can do that in a lot of different ways. So if you're an artist, it might be in prints, it might be in downloads of your artwork. There's so many different ways to be able to make money with it. So we've created the Digital Idea Bank, digitalideabank.com, and that's created to be able to.
You said that too fast now. Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it is www.digitalideabank.com. And this houses all of our digital products that you can purchase to be able to create your own digital products.
God, I think I don't do this too often, but I think you can share the screen. Let me see if I can do this to show people. Unless it's something else you wanted to emphasize on how to, okay. Digital Idea Bank. I'm going to the site because I'm going to show the people all of the goodness that's sitting in here. You have to share on your side?
Let's see.
I put it on. So we just have to, you tell me where to go.
Okay, perfect. So if you go to visit the bank,
you get your free guide, 100 ways. Okay.
Yep, so 100 ways to make money with ebooks. If you're trying to figure out how to make money with ebooks, different ways.
Wait a minute now. Let me go. Wait a minute. We could be transparent. You've been kicking my butt in this for a long time, right? Right. So Shalah, use me as a what they call them things, whatever. What's my problem? Because we're gonna be honest. What's my problem? Because you've been trying to help me for years.
I don't think you have. I think that yours is, you know how to do corporate, and so this is a lot of people, because you already know how to do it. Doing it a different way is not clicking.
Yeah, because I know how to do B2B.
You know how to
work with businesses and
organizations. Yeah, so it's individuals. Like this is a different way. And so that's why I go right back to, then do your way. Add the digital products to your way. Like, you don't have to make it a new thing if it's not resonating as something that's comfortable to you. Do it the way that you desire to do it still. Yeah. But it needs to have a digital component to it. Because here's the reality, y'all. You're not going to always be present. And if the only time you're making money is when you are physically in the room, your business is in trouble.
Absolutely. And not to mention, I was thinking about this when I was going down the stairs. I said, they just keep telling us that such and such got 24. There's 24 hours in a day. It's 24 hours a day. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what I don't have. Energy in all of them 24 hours. Because sometimes I look at the day and I say, yeah, there's more hours, but there ain't nothing left in me to give. Especially when you're doing thought work. Like it's a lot of thinking. Yeah. I mean, even physical work is challenging. The thought work drains you in a certain type of way. And then, if you a mom, I love my children. But there is some energy that they like it taps into a different type of energy.
Absolutely.
And it just
and the reality is, and if I do go hard on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday,
By
it don't
Wednesday.
look the same as Monday,
Right.
Shalah.
And let's talk about that, right? Because we were mad at ourselves, like, why can't I just be consistent? Why can't I? Right.
So
and we're not looking at.
it's funny because you say so. Scroll down real quick. I'm gonna
Yep.
show you two things I want y'all to
Hold
see.
on. Right.
So if you're looking to start with ebooks, it's two ebooks that I recommend everybody in the beginning.
Okay.
Those are right here: Mom Money and Out of Thin Air. Out of Thin Air is for those of you that are trying to get into digital products and you don't know how. This teaches you how to start to make money.
Yes.
Literally out of thin air. You don't have the inventory. You don't have the money to invest in anything else. Grab this ebook. It is going to show you how to make money within a week.
Yes.
The next one is Mom Money. This is my blueprint to how I did this with my son because I could not afford childcare.
Yes.
I launched my business when my son was 3. And one of the best parts about it was everything that I built, I had to do while occupying him.
Mm.
And so I put inside of there, what activities did I do with him? What was he doing when I was on my computer? How did I schedule out time to work on my business while I had this little baby? So if you are a mom and trying to juggle that schedule, especially if your kids are smaller, that is the product for you. So yes, you can visit the store and all of our products and our membership is there.
Well, this is where you can join the membership.
Yeah.
And in the membership, you got to join the membership to get into, you could visit the bank right here. Mm-hmm. And when you visit the bank,
it'll show you the online store.
Yep. Okay. It'll show you the online store. And so what this allows you to do is have a monthly subscription. You can do a 1-day ebook course, or you can get annual unlimited accesses. And here, so if I understand, you can purchase these things individually,
or you can join
if you sign up the membership for $99 a month, you will have access to all of these things.
Yep.
Girl, you got to be kidding me. Anybody who says they don't have money, they don't have time, you say to any of those two things, this is for you. Period.
Absolutely.
Period. If you ever talk about you need more money or you need more time, you should be visiting this website. Right?
Absolutely.
You should be visiting this website. So I know we had our hour. I done had a really, really good time.
Yes, I appreciate you. I'm so glad I got to come on.
Yeah, I am too. And I hope that you guys tell us if you got something out of this. If you got something out of this, we gave you the website to the Digital Idea Bank, and I'm for it because I'm about making money. I don't have no challenges in my mindset about my idea is to make money, because when you make money, there's nothing that you can't access.
Yeah.
Any parts of the world, I'm a bit bougie, so any part of the luxury. But you know what the greatest thing is? When I had gotten to a place in my business where I was told that I needed to start, first they start telling me, oh, you need to give some money away.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, huh? And then she said, okay, it's time to make it formal. Start a foundation.
Yes.
Start a fund at the Cleveland Foundation. And so it felt good. Like my best friend has a nonprofit. I saw other good work that women like Brittany was doing with her girls group. And I was able to call them to say, hey, I'm going to give money to your group, to your organization this year, right? And to start a fund that I have to have someone else be a part of the fund, and call my mom who tried hard to raise us, but did not ever have the financial money. We were poor. We were broke. Lights, gas, right? And I'm saying, Mom, now we get to decide who we want to give money to. Yeah. And my boys are not even registering what this means. They get to sit around the table. And when you start a fund, you don't have to constantly keep money in it. The money makes money. Yeah. So the fund doesn't go away, because as long as it's $1 in there, it's going to keep making money. And so I have now a position where generations can sit around the table and say, What do we care about this year? What do we want to support? That's what money does. Yes, I travel. Yes, I lived in different, and I love that. But to be able to give to people, so I love that you're sharing these ideas, and it's why I wanted to have you on. Wealth is available to us all.
Absolutely.
You know, money is
Imagine what social good would happen if the good people actually had money.
yeah. Yeah, right, exactly. Right. So it's not money is evil.
Yeah.
Right? Is what you do with it.
Yeah.
So where else outside of the Digital Idea Bank? Well, one, I want to say, nope, I'm gonna ask for people to find you, then I'm gonna say this. Where can people find you? How can they connect with your brilliance of a mind? Tell us where to look for you.
Absolutely. So outside of the Digital Idea Bank, Instagram is the platform that I am on the most as far as content. Our Instagram handle is right here in the name. It's at Conscious Consulting. Instagram is going to provide you with a lot of information and resources about the different things that we offer. Our signature and most popular course is our one-day ebook course. Most of you are looking at this like, well, I want to do an ebook. I just don't have time to do it. Give me 24 hours. You can space out those 24 hours however you want to, and you'll get your ebook done. The biggest thing is that you need to get it out so that you can actually have time to do anything else. But if your reason for not doing your ebook is because you don't have time, you are never going to have it, because you need to create products that are going to allow for you to get that time back. Mm-hmm. So Digital Idea Bank has our ebook course. It has all the other things that you all might need in terms of the type of digital product you want to create. But if you are at the square base of it and you don't know what type of product you want to create or what you want to do to generate revenue, go to digitalideabank.com, grab that freebie where you'll learn 100 different ways. And all of those ways can be made through our course.
Awesome. So if the people watching don't get anything else, or if they watch the replay and only go to the end, what do you want them to know?
That you can generate revenue from what you already know. You don't need to know anything else other than to package what you already have in your information. If you were ever employed by anybody, someone has already told you that your knowledge is worth $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year, 60, whatever it is. Imagine how much it would be worth if you were able to package that and put it into a guide or a resource.
I love that.
If that resume made you money, imagine what an ebook can do. So if that's the last thing you hear from me, is that the information you already have, the things you already know about, can be making you money, and it can make you money in your sleep.
So I had a whole quote of the week, but I'm switching it up now because I liked what you said. So I'm making that a quote of the week. Money is as hard as you make it be.
Yes.
Just that simple. It's as hard as you make it be. I want to thank you. Thank you, Shalah, for sharing the nuggets, the information, and insight. I hope you all connect with her and build your ebook or whatever e-product works best for you. I thank you for joining me on Make It Happen Monday.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. I want you all to check out that masterclass. I'll put the link in the chat. I'll do that again. So if you're feeling struggle or overwhelmed and you just want to figure out what you must do to get that off of you so you can wake up and create and have the ability to create the ebooks and have the creative energy to do so, check out that masterclass. Again, it costs you nothing but an hour of your time. So I'm going to put that in the chat again. I hope to see you again next week. But more than that, have a fantastic, dynamic, amazing, fabulous rest of your week. And we'll see you here next Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.